So let's look at one more problem where it's a bit challenging in converting from an explicit formula to a recursive formula. And I say it's challenging because notice we were not given our explicit formula in its general form. Since the general form is always the first term, and then we add that common difference n minus 1 times. But we can't compare it to this, so we don't necessarily know what the first term is. Now, the common difference is going to be this minus 5, but the first term is not directly obvious to us. So, to approach this problem, to find that first term and at least to double check that minus 5 is our common difference, we need to take a different approach. And for these problems, if it's not written in its general form, what you want to do is just write out the entire sequence. So we're going to generate f of 1, f of 2, f of 3, and so on, and notice a pattern. So let's do that. Let's say we want to know what f of 1 is. We need to know that first term. And we're just going to plug in n equals 1 into our explicit formula. So we have 41 minus 5 times 1. And 5 times 1 is just 5. So we're taking 41 and subtracting 5, and that gives us 36. So our first term in this formula, or in this sequence, is 36. And let's just do a couple more so that we can feel comfortable about this. So the second term, we would be subtracting 5 times 2 from 41. So we have 41 minus 5 times 2, or 41 minus 10, which is 31. f of 3 would be 41 minus 5 times 3. Or 41 minus 15, which would be 26. So our sequence here, we can write these out now, is just 36 for our first term, then 31, then 26. And notice our common difference here, that we're just subtracting 5 to go from one term to the next. So we don't need the formula to continue this pattern. We can see that this would be 21, then 16, and so on. This will go on forever. So our common difference is minus 5, like we mentioned in the beginning. And our first term is this 36. And we need to rewrite the recursive formula for our arithmetic sequence. So we found the first term. We know that that's just 36. And with the pattern for our recursive formula, to find the nth term, you take the term before it and just add the common difference. So what we're looking for here, this is just our common difference, but we already found that. Our common difference is minus 5. So you can put minus 5 into the box. Now we do want to be cautious and double check our result here. So let's check that this formula actually works. And we know the first term, so let's generate the second term and maybe the third term. So f of 2, you plug in n equals 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, so it's the first term minus 5. And we know the first term is 36. Take away 5, and you get 31. And that matches up with what we know is part of the sequence, so that's right. Let's just do it one more time just to get extra practice. So plugging in n equals 3, we want f of 3 minus 1, or just f of 2. We'll take away 5 from that, but f of 2 we just found is 31. 31 minus 5 is 26, which again, that is the third term of the sequence. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on for our n values. So we checked our work, so we can feel confident that these are definitely the correct answers.